Well, what I think is going to happen, and with them calling no witnesses, this is sort of going towards this idea, is that I think Diddy's planning on losing this case, and he's going to get a pardon from Trump. I think that's already in the works. I think that money's already been paid. That's what I think.
I've been hearing that as well. That they're hoping to get a pardon from Trump. Well, Trump like pardon famous people, so.
Well, here's the thing: the two of them actually know each other in real life. So I just done an interview with Roger Bonds, who was Diddy's head of security for like 10 years, and he said on like 4 or 5 different occasions, he would take Diddy to go meet with Donald Trump. They would go in Trump's office, and he'd wait outside, with Trump security for like 3 or 4 hours.
I used to go to Trump office with Puff all the time.
Really?
And
how many times have you been with Trump and Puffy?
5 times.
5 times.
At least 5 times.
At least 5 times.
The same guy that's his head of security now, the bald-headed, tall, Caucasian guy. That always runs to him when something is up there. Me and him used to sit down in front of the office and talk. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, how's Puffy, man? How's it? Yo, how's Trump? Yo, this, that, other, yo.
Oh, you and Trump security would be talking.
Yeah,
okay,
we would be talking because they would be together for hours.
Well, the two of them did God knows what. I don't know if they were just chopping up, if they were getting high together. That wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me. But to spend 3 or 4 hours with somebody on multiple occasions means that you have some level of relationship with that person.
Yeah.
Right?
I would think so too.
So the fact that they have
especially somebody like Donald Trump, his
exactly.
time is limited.
Exactly. He doesn't have a lot of time. So the fact that he's spending 3-4 hours out of his day with this guy who he doesn't directly have business with. It's not like Trump and Bad Boy had like a clothing line or something. No, like there's nothing that really intersected them at that point. So look, Trump pardoned Kodak Black, Larry Hoover, Lil Wayne, NBA Youngboy. Why not pardon Diddy while you're at it? That's what I think will happen. Either right away or right before he leaves office. I mean, hell, Trump pardoned the Silk Road guy. You know about that guy?
Mm-mm.
Silk Road was a dark web website where you could purchase drugs, guns, bombs.
I remember that guy.
I think you could put hits on people, and he went to jail. I think they gave him like 40 years or something. Trump just pardoned him. Oh, he got life.
Yeah, he got life.
Trump
they were
pardoned
charging him basically with aiding in the bed, and everybody who did
all the shit that was happening. Yeah,
everything happened on his site.
Right.
They charged him with aiding in the bed, and saying that it couldn't have happened without his assistant.
There you have it. Trump pardoned him. He's back home now, chilling with his wife.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I think will happen. I think Trump will pardon him. I think
he's done some amazing. I mean, Trump has done some stuff that I never would have thought. I mean, the guys who took over the White House, I never thought that he would pardon him.
Like Trump settled with the woman who got killed, the crazy woman that was trying to like barge through and like the cop shot her. Her family got like 3 or 4 million. It's ridiculous. I'm still pissed off about that. Personally, I just believe she deserved to get killed. You go and do a vicious attack against a national government building, and then what do you expect is going to happen?
Democracy.
Exactly.
As they call it.
Were you surprised that Larry Hoover got pardoned?
I was hoping Larry got pardoned. I didn't know if Trump would do it. But yeah, a little bit. When I heard about it, I was surprised.
Now, have you talked to Larry Hoover or had any interactions with him at all?
Not with Larry himself. He's not out yet, I don't think.
No.
I think he's still in the state. I'm good with Little Larry. Me and Little Larry talk. And Wendy, I talk to Wendy once in a while. I haven't spoke to him in about a year, but definitely good with them. I wanted to help them do Larry's book.
Well, the sentence that Trump dropped was the federal sentence, but he still has 200 years in the state. So this is in Illinois.
Right.
And I remember me and Judge Mathis were talking about this yesterday. Like, it's a little bit of a weird situation because the governor of Illinois is a Democrat who is planning on running for president.
The governor can grant clemency. Our concern there is he is going to be running for president for the Democratic nomination, and he'll probably look at that as risky. However, he should look at it as, you're a good Democrat, compassionate, so y'all say, and here's the right-wing, conservative wild man Trump, who you all say is against black folks, yet he shows enough compassion to let Hoover out, and here you are, compassionate Democrat. What's the deal? Well, if the feds look and determine that he was rehabilitated enough and had served enough time to pardon him, it's just not Trump. He gets a report from the Justice Department and others who make analysis and how much of a public threat he still might be, etc. Why won't you do it, Democratic governor?
So it's one of these situations where it could get a little dicey for him, because if he goes and pardons Larry Hoover, that's going to be what everyone else campaigns on. Oh, look, he's not tough on crime. He let this murderer gang leader out when he still had 200 years left. I mean, you got to put it in perspective for me. So I remember, if you remember in the 80s, there was a guy named Dukakis who ran for president. He used to be the governor of Massachusetts.
I remember Dukakis.
He went and let out Willie Horton, who went out and killed a whole bunch of people after he got out. And like the whole campaign when he was running for president was like, oh, look, this guy who let out Willie Horton, who went on his killing spree afterwards. This guy is going to let all the prisoners out. They're going to go and rape your mother and your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this is the situation that the governor of Illinois is going to have to deal with. Is he going to let him out, or is he going to keep him in? Because Trump let him out, but Trump is a Democrat. You know, Trump is a Republican. He's a Democrat. There's a whole bunch of moving pieces here. But, you know, Hoover's like 70 or 80-something years old.
Yeah. And if he don't let him out, he ain't going to win. Because he's going to lose Chicago.
74 years old.
He's going to lose Chicago if he don't let him out.
Everyone's going to vote against him in Chicago?
They're going to vote against him in Chicago. He going to go down in Chicago. So he almost in a no-win situation. But I don't know if we're going to even have another election.
What do you mean? Think Trump's going to remain president forever?
I don't think Trump coming out.
He's coming out.
You think so?
I know so.
I don't think so.
He's a 2-term president. He's not going to do a 3rd term. He's going to figure out a way to stay?
I think he will.
I mean, he tried it last time. You saw what happened.
Yeah, but this time it's going to be different because he got the army lined up now. He know how to set the army up. He know how to set the National Guards up. He all the stuff that he didn't do that last time, it'll be done this time. You can believe he ain't going to make the same mistake.
The Army and the National Guard are not going to fight to keep a president in for a 3rd term. That's not how it works.
They're going to take orders from their commanders.
What are they going to do, though? At some point, you're no longer the commander when your term ends. Right?
Whoever he appoints is going to be given the orders. And until somebody else is put in their position, then that's who they're going to be taking their orders from. So
you think that if he puts in a general of the army, if he appoints a certain general, so you think that this general is going to go against the United States of America and do a military coup to keep Donald Trump in office?
Absolutely.
That's what you think? Okay. All right.
Absolutely. Look what happened to the people who took it over last time. They are out free. They're celebrities now.
They're free because of Trump, but it's not like they have key government positions or they've taken over the government or anything else like that. They're just free. They're just not in jail anymore. That's it. That's it.
But that's not a sign? That don't give you a signal like...
You're not going to have a military coup. This is not a banana republic. This is not some small South American country. It's not some small, Caribbean island somewhere where you could, take over the whole government. It's not Haiti, where you kind of just literally take over the government, kill the president, and now,
No, he don't have to kill nobody. Just ain't nobody going to be able to kill him.
All right. We'll see what happens. I don't see anything happening.